Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. Latest update on what is happening in international scene, international politics. Right now, we're looking at Ukraine versus Russia. There's an update already over the sanctions being given by other countries of the world to Russia, pointing the president of Russia in particular. He has responded. Of course, he seemed very unperturbed. He has a lot of things and is throwing back the challenge to the world powers. And of course, the Ukraine president have also decided to make a drastic move also to see how they can get a restraining order over Russia. Well, before we go into the news proper, to measure all these happenings as it comes, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you set bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Very quickly, let's start with what Putin is saying. According to a message which was recently shared on the official Facebook page of Putin, the president of Russia, has said that Russians will do just fine and can survive without the West. He said this while speaking on the numerous sanctions imposed on Russia by the United Kingdom, the United States, and their allies. You could recall that Joe Biden as the US president, made this known recently in a public announcement that severe sanctions are going to be imposed on Russia due to their ongoing conflict with the Ukrainian troops. Putin, in the message on his Facebook page, said that Russia has survived many times in history without the West, and he said the question should be if the West can survive without Russia. He also added that time will tell, as they will find out very soon. He also stated in the message that the West didn't notice the alleged attacks carried out by the Ukrainian government on the people in Donbass for the past 8 years. He said that the attack on the Ukrainian troops is an act of restoring justice by moving them away from Donbass and its borders. Let me quote him word for word. He said, "You're simply annoyed by the existence of Russia. You would immediately impose all the sanctions and disconnect everything possible from Russia. And you don't even have to look for pretexts. For 8 years, Ukraine held war against its own people in the Donbass, bringing down civilians, and you didn't notice. Supplied Ukraine with weapons and money. For 3 days, Russia is restoring justice by moving the aggressors away from Donbass and its borders. And you impose your insane sanctions rather, in joint history. Russia will survive without the West, as it already has many times in its history. The question is, will the West now survive without Russia? We'll see. We will know soon. See you later, Europe. See you, United States of America. I must say this. He's actually taking this on a stride. Of course, in another news, it looks like the likes of the press decided to do the needful, even though he's still very much on ground. A lot of people have been reacting on his social media page as well, as he made it clear exactly what he's doing right now. According at the time of filing this report, he came on his social media page to tell the whole world that Ukraine has submitted its application against Russia to the ICJ. Russia must be held accountable for manipulating the notion of genocide to justify aggression. We request an urgent decision ordering Russia to cease military activity now and expect trial to start next week, as in sharp, so that they can, know their fate. Of course, people have been replying the statement, and we're going to cross section of some of them who already live in Ukraine and those who live in diaspora. This one here is saying approximately 4,300 Russian troops have been brought down so far, says Ukrainian Defense Ministry. The ministry also says 706 Russian APCs, 146 tanks, 27 planes, and 26 helicopters have been brought down between February 24th to 26th of February. And of course, some persons are saying that he's actually a hero. Of course, as well, the Ukrainian president have given a shout out to some countries and in their role they've been playing thus far in what is going on between them and Russia. Called on the likes of Turkey for their roles they played, the likes of Poland, Estonia, called on the likes of British, Poland, their next door neighbor, for he said their assistance, their concrete daily assistance of Poland to our country is also invaluable. He has been appreciating a whole lot of persons, a whole lot of countries, a whole lot of leaders for their roles they play. He also mention of the Czech Republic, the Prime Minister of Czech Republic. He made mention of Pope Francis Pontifex for the peace, for prayer for peace. He has been praying in Ukraine and to ceasefire. Of course, he has been calling on so many people. Germany for their roles they've been playing. Said keep it up, chance that. And of course, someone had to make a remark over what he did in 2019 during the inaugural address made by the Ukrainian president, and this is it's worth listening to. I just hope that the African president can listen to this. It makes a lot of sense. And I'm going to quote what the writer said. He went back in history of 2019. According to the writer, he said, Zelensky told lawmakers, I do not want my picture in your offices. The president is not an icon. The president is not an idol. The president is not a portrait. Hang your kids' photos instead and look at them each time you're making a decision. This is awesome. And I'll explain very quickly. If you think of looting the treasury dry, no problem. Each time you look at the portrait of the president, it looks as if you're looting the president. Okay, but you say, no, don't put me there. Don't put the president's picture or portrait there. Put your child's picture there. For each time you want to loot the country dry, you look at it. You're looting your children's future dry. You're looting the next generation picture dry. If you want to hurt the country, would you love to hurt your own children? Would you love to hurt your next generation? Sometimes some of those pictures give us what we call factory reset. He said, look, maybe these are the norms in other parts of the world. You put pictures of a portrait of the president or the leader. I said, in his case, in 2019, he doesn't want that. He wants you to remember, for every time you're out there to serve, you're not there to loot. You're not there to serve yourself. You're not there to lord authority over others, but you're there to serve the people and to ensure there's maximum benefit of your services to the people. And that way you will know that you came to serve and not to loot. And a practical example that he has been doing that has been causing a lot of reactions and a lot of accolades to him, I'm referring to the president of Ukraine, is the fact that when they asked for him to be evacuated by the United States President Joe Biden, he said no, he doesn't want transport. He doesn't want any executive evacuation transport. What he wants is something that will help him win what he's on ground. He didn't sit in a hidden bunker and give orders. He was right there, shoulder to shoulder with his men. I don't know what is going on in international politics as of now when it comes to the issue of maybe personal. I think this has to be more of international politics. But one thing I do know for sure, he is a leader truly that the people can reckon, and history will not forget him in a hurry. I must say that. That's going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. Other people have been talking. Some persons are talking. Somebody asked, is Russia, let's a quick recap of what people are saying here. Somebody said, is Russia a member of ICJ for them to call him up? So here said, the Hague is only meant for leaders of poor countries. If that institution truly means what it stands for, Bush and Blair would have been, okay, I don't know what that means, but I think he's trying to say that that ICJ will really not do much, but I think they will still do much in as much as the whole world knows about this. Let's go wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take on this? Do have a nice time. God bless.